Hello and welcome to another Solana update. Short update here. Solana yesterday as well. We talked about this descending wedge. We had that on the chart. I told you yesterday that Solana was also waiting for a decision from the Fed. There wasn't a lot of movement. Yeah, it was quiet. And then when the announcement came around that time yesterday, we saw some volume. We saw a breakout out of this descending wedge. And we even broke above that descending trend line here. That means we've made now a higher low, and it seems like we're making a higher swing high. So we have a swing low and a swing high, which is higher than the previous one. How high can we go to face the first rejection point? And this is exactly now here. We had a bit of a resistance and support area here. So first of all, we broke also not only bit above that descending trend line here that you can see in orange, which was quite relevant and of course has held the price down for the last few weeks. No, Solana also broke above that red target area here. This was not a target area, this was a resistance zone that will now provide support going forward. Now it's however coming to the next smaller resistance level here. You can see that we had support before. Yeah, exactly where we currently are, around that area of 94, 95 US dollars here. Yeah, and there was an area of trade here as well. So there's a lot of activity in that current environment here. So far, Solana is one of the few cryptos that has now actually in the last few days made higher lows. So it's looking stronger than many other cryptos. Yeah, just as an example, Cardano came down to the previous low again. Many other cryptos made lower lows. Solana, one of the few that actually made higher lows. Therefore, technically and theoretically, a breakout scenario from the current level is actually a little bit more likely than for some other cryptos, but even fairly unlikely. What we need to remember that short-term upside is always possible, and short-term upside, is just part of a downtrend. Yeah, it's part of a downtrend, and even though this descending trend line is broken, technically, if you look at the larger waves here that are happening, technically in trend theory, what you want to do and understand is that a downtrend isn't really broken until you break the previous swing high. And the previous swing high, in my opinion, is this one here, $111. So what we need to do, and I know that is quite a bit of a distance away, we would need to break above that. Ideally, you want to retest it, make a higher low, and then you can start from here. And the next significant level would be the $122 level. That's what I told you before. Below that, the downside potential is very, very real still. And ideally, we want to even get above that $144 level from the 2nd of April, because these are the more significant swing highs. First, Solana now needs to break that $111. Do we even get there? Don't know. For Bitcoin, we can expect now a move up to at least, I think it was 41.5K. That is not massive, but it could allow Solana as well. Yeah, maybe here with a 20% move, 17% move to get to that $111 level. If it breaks it, next resistance would be here that $122 level and then 145. And here it will then get very, very interesting because Solana is already in the target area. Yeah, I've said it numerous times that these are the areas where prices can turn around. I still expect the ideal level to be reached at $55, but the target area is reached. That is the target area that we talked about or have been talking about since November. And here, the turnaround can happen. So personally, I'm not waiting for the lowest low. I have to say that very clearly. I am dollar cost averaging in this target area, knowing that prices could drop further, but personally I am accumulating here at the moment and wait for the next larger wave up for Solana. I've said it many times, I think we are in the last legs of the correction, which doesn't mean we could not drop another 50% or 40% to the 55 cent. Do I say cent? Sorry, it's very early in the morning in the UK. To the $55 level. If I said anything about cents here, again, it's early in the morning in the UK. No, but yeah, I would be waiting for that next larger move to the upside and accumulating now. That is what I'm doing. And then let's say we come down to that $55 level, right? Just need to check start here at the beginning of the wave, just to give you some rough ideas where Solana would then land with the next major wave to the upside. The market would push Solana with a high likelihood all the way up to at least $471. That's the 1.618 FIB extension. Now that is not going to happen in one line. Again, don't want it to come across like that. You will get something like that: a wave 1, a wave 2, and a wave 3, 4, 5. That would be here then in line with that wave count. This is wave 1 that we created or completed in November 21. Then we came down in wave 2. That is what we are currently doing. And the next larger wave to the upside would then be a wave 3, as I said, at least $471. Depends a little bit on how far the price is coming down here at the moment. And that won't happen overnight. That will probably also take months to play out. But from that point of view, dollar cost averaging, I think dollar cost averaging in from my point of view, and that is what I do. That is no financial advice. You have to make your own decisions. I can only help you understand the chart here. But then buying some Solana around the area of maybe $80 and then also 55. If I buy a mix of Solana of SOL at this price, at these price levels, if we then really get to that area here, it doesn't matter if I bought at 90 or 55. Yeah, of course it matters, but the impact is quite low, and at least I'm not going to miss the pump. That is my view, but it's a longer term perspective. Yeah, that's a longer term perspective, very, very importantly. And anybody who does that needs to understand that the downside potential at the moment is still very real, because this move up I cannot interpret really very well as an impulse. You know, you would have to ideally count that here as a 5-wave move, and I can't really do it. Then this would be wave 4. It came down far too much, yeah, and this would have to be wave 5 in a breakout scenario, which I can't see at the moment. Not with a high probability. Yes, with a low probability it is possible, and it's all about probabilities in these markets. Primarily, as I said already in the last few videos, what we have seen here is actually a 3-wave move. That is my primary expectation, that this here was just an ABC corrective move, and that what we are seeing here at the moment is just a wave 1, 2, you know, we might be in the wave 3 now, 4, 5, that we come down to the $55 level once more. Well, we haven't been there, we have been there last year, but that is because the price has come down so strongly. Yeah, it's getting interesting. Again, you know what I do, I use my buy orders at the moment that I publish on Discord for channel members, and therefore I can relax and lean back when we go up. What we need to understand at the moment, the uptrend here that is happening is fairly weak, even though we broke a descending trend line, and there is still a lot of resistance along the way. I gave you the very important levels to watch out for, and yeah, it will be interesting to see what the day and the next few days bring. What we can also prepare for here is potentially a bullish crossover on the daily, and that again also could help the price short term to move a little bit higher. As you probably know if you've been watching my videos, I still expect a larger sell-off for Bitcoin, and that could then also push Solana further down into that target area and to the ideal target level of around $55. Okay, that's my view about Solana. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.